So I'm going to show you a few ways to text wrap in Illustrator. Now, Illustrator, the text wrap is very different from InDesign, but one method is to just click on the path, and this doesn't wrap around, rather it fills the shape, and now I have text shaped like a star. Then a fun and also terrible thing with Illustrator is the object has to be above what you are trying to wrap. So I'm going to give each object its own little text box so we can and we're going to put the text boxes beneath the objects because we we need them to be beneath. And so you select the two that you want to text wrap. Go to object, go all the way down, and here it is. Now make. And if you want to see the options you need to go back, and there's no window for it, which is sad. Ah, so even though this is a transparent PNG, with Illustrator you can't detect edges, so it's going to read the bounding box as what it is. But so you need to embed the actual file so that it can actually detect the edges. If it's not embedded, it's not going to work. Then you can go to text wrap options and you can adjust the offset. I recommend giving a little bit of space for it. Now, what if you want text on top of an object? Well, I'm gonna show you how to do that. So, because you need the object on top of the text, what you are going to do is you're going to actually duplicate the object that you want the text on top of and place it underneath the actual text. And now you're going to select the text and the object that is on top of the text and text wrap, make, and you're going to go back to the text wrap options, and make sure it's on invert. And this blue line is your gap. And now, if you want to be able to read the text, you just go ahead and turn off that layer. And even though it's turned off, the text wrap is still being applied to it. So if we reselect it, object, text wrap, options, I'm going to adjust the offset just so the text is actually inside the star, because you could see that not all the text was inside of it. And boom, now the text wrap is all the way there. And I'm going to show you a more complicated way to do it if none of those options, you want a different option. So another way you can do it is you go into shape builder. Another option is just do the blob brush, but shape builder, whatever. So rectangle tool, and I want a nice little margin, and like this. And this will give a nice, I will say the rectangle tool gives a nice little straight edge for it, but I'm going to go in with the blob brush, which is the superior tool, and I'm going to go ahead and make that bigger, and I'm going to just wrap this around. And now I'm going to select. So this automatically combined, but if they were separate shapes, you would just click Unite to create them into one. And we're going to do what we did for this star over here and just click on the path. Now there's a lovely border around our little fellow right here. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this artboard so I can show you another different way. We're going to go ahead and delete this, and we're actually going to put him on a circle because that's one of the more common ways to add an image. You just put them in a circle and have it cut out of the text. So we're going to do the ellipse tool. We're just going to circle it up. You're going to place them underneath the little dino bud. We're going to, this is just for my own fun, change the color to make it better. I'm going to adjust him. I want him to look good. And there he is. There's our little boy. So with this, we actually want to steal this circle. And we're going to duplicate it. And we are going to make a rectangle. And again, we want margins. So like make sure you leave a nice gap between the edge of the paper. And we are going to make sure the circle is on top of the rectangle. We're going to select both the circle and the rectangle, and then we are going to minus front. And what this does is if I turn off, it created this shape, and we don't really need this corner down here, so I'm just going to delete that nonsense. Now I have this lovely cutout shape that the boy, he fits in so perfectly. And now, same thing. Boom. Now the text just wraps around him and he's lovely and he's perfect. And that's how to text wrap in Illustrator.